this is what a ruined life looks like. There's more to it than just being on TV and going to prison. Too many teachers try to, after prison, for doing this, just stay quiet, stay under the radar because they're ashamed. Well, I'm taking my shame and I'm making it an outward goal of standing up, saying what I did, and saying how to solve it. I am trying to come out, stand in front of educators, and say, I went through this, and here is why this actually happens. School systems right now are trying to address the wrong problem. School systems now, every time this happens, always address hiring practices. They always say things like, well, we're hiring these deviants, we're hiring these pedophiles, we're hiring these terrible people. There's got to be a way for us to not hire them. I'll give you an example. A teacher who is an appropriate teacher will be watching the news some night and we'll see a teacher on TV going to jail for having a relationship with a student. And we'll think, well, that's just atrocious. I can't believe that. The teacher is obviously sick and this is just unacceptable. If we consider the possibility that these are normal people who made bad decisions, then all of a sudden anybody is able to make a bad decision. And we don't want to think that about ourselves. We want these people to be in a completely separate and shameful group. There's a scene in the movie Seven that illustrates my point perfectly. The scene is where Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman are driving Kevin Spacey to the end of the movie.
I've been trying to figure something in my head, and maybe you can help me out, yeah? When a person is insane, as you clearly are, do you know that you're insane? Maybe you're just sitting around, reading Guns and Ammo, masturbating in your own feces. Do you just stop and go, wow, it is amazing how fucking crazy I really am? Yeah? Do you guys do that?
And Kevin Spacey, just in just a moment of clear, vivid, he says,
it's more comfortable for you to label me insane.
And without missing a beat, Brad Pitt says,
it's very comfortable.
That is the problem. It is so much easier to reference teachers who have made these choices as sick, pedophile, weird, perverted. It's easy to point fingers and use malicious words.
Vengeance is something that society needs from time to time, if for no other purpose than to keep the rest of us sane. Vengeance keeps us sane. What a fascinating statement.
This is solved by changing the conversation. The conversation is teachers who have relationships with students are sick, mentally ill, perverts, pedophiles, sickos, and that really isn't the case. If you're talking about a pathology there, I think if you're trying to say that there is a genuine pathology, then the situation's not going to be solved. Now, granted, there are teachers who do have a pathology, who are attracted to young students. I mean, my message is not meant for someone on the elementary school level. A person who is attracted to elementary age children, that is a pathology I don't even want to dive into. My aim is at high school teachers who begin to see their students as equals. And as they see their students as equals, they begin to see their students as perhaps friends. Here's an example. If you imagine a building of cubicles, say a computer company, for example, where everybody works together in a big building, some of these people, hundreds even, will become friends, will become co-workers who become friends and do after-work drinks, for example. And of those people, some will inevitably start up workplace relationships. I mean, this is the norm in American society where workplace relationships are not uncommon, be it married or not. this happens. So my contention is the primary reason that teachers are having relationships with students is because they adopt that mentality of workplace relationships. And as a result, by seeing students as peers, they're not attracted to the students because of their age. Age just simply ceases to be a factor when it should be the primary factor. The key is to teach teachers how to maintain that perspective at all times. Granted, a vast majority of teachers will never struggle with this. Then again, we see it on the news every day, every week. It is so easy to hit Google and find the latest teacher who had a relationship with a student. So obviously the problem is real and the problem persists. But the problem will persist until the correct problem is addressed.
Sir?
Man must evolve for all human conflict a method which rejects revenge, aggression, and retaliation. The foundation of such a method is love. Martin Luther King, Jr.